Hakuna mwizi kama Ruto, hakuna mwizi kama Ruto, hakuna mwizi kama Ruto, hakuna na hata kuwepo. Nimetembea kote kote, nimetafuta hata kuwepo. Nimetembea kote kote, nimetafuta kote kote, nimezunguka kote kote, hakuna hata kuwepo.
Hakuna mwizi kama
ananyanyasa,
afanya nini?
Kindiki anatua,
afanya nini?
Kindiki anatua,
afanya nini?
Kindiki anatua. Chimbua tumzike Kindiki,
chimbua na polisi wake,
chimbua tumzike Kindiki,
wanatia gas zao,
chimbua tumzike Kindiki,
chimbua na risasi zao,
chimbua tumzike Kindiki.
Raila afanya nini?
Raila ananyanyasa,
Raila afanya nini?
Raila ananyanyasa,
Raila afanya nini?
Raila anasumbua,
Raila afanya nini?
Raila atusumbua,
Raila afanya nini?
Raila atusumbua,
Raila afanya nini?
Raila atusumbua.
Chimbua na gani yake,
chimbua tumzike Raila,
chimbua na gani yake,
chimbua tumzike Raila,
chimbua na jomo wake,
chimbua tumzike Raila,
chimbua na duswa madwao,
chimbua tumzike Raila.
Adani afanya nini?
Adani atuibia,
afanya nini?
Adani atuibia,
afanya nini?
Adani atuibia.
Wanadani yao,
chimbua tumzike Adani,
chimbua na pesa zao,
chimbua tumzike Adani,
chimbua na airport zao,
chimbua tumzike Adani,
chimbua na Raila wao,
chimbua tumzike Adani.
Zakayo afanya nini?
Zakayo atunyanyasa,
Zakayo afanya nini?
Zakayo atunyanyasa,
Zakayo,
chimbua tumzike Zakayo,
chimbua na Rigathi wake,
chimbua tumzike Zakayo,
Ome wake,
chimbua tumzike Zakayo,
chimbua chimbua chimbua,
chimbua tumzike Zakayo.
To the members of the press, Winnie Obiero, the Secretary for Women League, I'm today privileged to read a statement on the Women's League on conditions of the working women of the Kenyan society today. So, here's my statement. A statement from the Women's League of the Communist Party of Kenya on the eve of Mashujaa Day. On this eve of Mashujaa Day, we, the women of the Communist Party of Kenya, wish to issue a powerful statement that reflects the continued struggle of working class women under the oppressive neocolonial state system. The recent resurgence of fascism in our state, has resulted in the untold suffering, particularly for women who have borne the brunt of brutality, violence, and loss during the recent protests led by the Gen Z. Many of us have lost husbands, children, sons, and daughters to the heavy-handedness of the police and nomination of the Professor Kithure Kindiki as Deputy President-elect only reopens fresh wounds and amplify the collective anger of the women and men across our nation. We unequivocally state that the Kenya Kwanza government must fall in its entirety. The cruel games played by the ruling class cannot continue. President Ruto and his administration will not cease their violent campaigns of killing, abduction, and imprisonment of some of the finest patriots of our land. In this, it is our duty to organize and mobilize the masses to challenge this dictatorship. This patriarchal culture perpetuates gender-based violence, rape, and discrimination. Women are disproportionately affected by issues such as single motherhood, unequal income, and social injustices. The economic system of capitalism has worsened these social ills, leaving women and young girls in Kenya particularly vulnerable. The unemployment rate is higher for women who often earn less than their male counterparts for the same work. So poverty, hunger, starvation, and inequality hit women hardest, and our situation reflects a global phenomenon. We are actually aware of the brutality perpetrated by the state and police against peaceful protesters in Kenya. These acts of harassment and assassination must be condemned in the strongest terms possible. We stand in solidarity with all Kenyans, especially women, young girls, and children who are enduring this suffering. In this meeting today, the Communist Party of Kenya Revolutionary Women League, we commit to offer practical support urgently needed by those affected by this systemic violence and oppression. We recognize the vital role that international solidarity plays in exposing draconian rule, as demonstrated by the struggles faced by people in Peru and other regions. International women's struggle, we stand in solidarity with the women, young girls, and children of Palestine who face far greater atrocities. The horrors of war, bombs, bullets, deaths, and starvation affect women and girls in ways that are unimaginable, exposing them to the grim realities of rape and human trafficking. Every conflict leaves women with fatherless children and deeper scars. We therefore join the international call of women worldwide to declare our collective opposition to the imperialist wars. End imperialism, war, end.
End.
So as the Communist Party of Kenya Revolutionary Women League, we call for the unity of the fight against oppression, ensure that the voices of the women are heard, respected, and empowered. Together we will rise against the tyranny of the imperialists. Forward with the Women League, forward.
Forward.
Forward with the Communist Party of Kenya, forward.
Forward.
Down with imperialism, down.
Down.
That ends my statement.
Long live the struggle of the working class, long live.
Long live.
Long live the struggle of the working class, long live.
Long live.
Zakayo wafanya nini?
Zakayo watunyanyasa.
Zakayo wafanya nini?
Zakayo watunyanyasa.
Viva comrades, viva.
Viva.
My name is Buka Ngesa Omole. I am the National Vice Chairperson of the Communist Party of Kenya, and today we meet at an extremely important moment in the history of our country. This press conference is meant to celebrate several souls that were murdered by this illegitimate Kenya Kwanza regime and link the over 78 martyrs during the peaceful and armed protest that took place and continue to take place in the streets in Kenya. We would like to affirm that this state violence have affected women in unprecedented ways. Women have lost children, young children. Basically, the ruling class under the dictatorship of William Samoei Ruto has turned women into abject poverty through suffering, not just now, but the future, by murdering the young, finest sons and daughters in our country. Down with Ruto, down.
Down.
Down with Ruto, down.
Down.
We want to call out that the greatest violation that has continued to take place in our country is not just the extrajudicial killing and public abductions and private and illegal abductions that have been carried out under the leadership of now the Deputy President-elect, Professor Kindiki. Even though this was averted by the court, but we must continue to remind the Kenyan people that President William Samoei Ruto is not serious about getting to the root cause of the crisis in our country. Young people got out to demand that the youth may live a life with dignity, that they may be able to use education as equalizer by being able to access free, public, funded, quality education from primary to the highest level. How did Kenya Kwanza regime reacted to us? They reacted by putting a motion in parliament to extend the regime's term. They reacted by putting a motion in parliament to return us to tribalism through useless impeachment motions. They have reacted even in the most unprecedented ways by continuous arrests and abductions of people that challenge this system. Even though the women, particularly the poor and the working class women, are more affected by these issues, but we must always continue to remember that these women are also wives and mothers of several other people. Today we are celebrating Mashujaa Day. It is the eve of Mashujaa Day. But the question is that who are our Mashujaa? Long live Rex Masai, long live.
Long live.
Long live Rex Masai, long live.
Long live.
Rex Masai was the first martyr in the streets. He paid the ultimate price. So when we are going to celebrate the Mashujaa's Day, I know the ruling class want to celebrate land grabbers. The ruling class want to celebrate those who continue to rape us. The ruling class want to celebrate their Mashujaa, those people who have helped them to steal from this particular country. We are saying that the 78 comrades that were martyred during the Gen Z uprising remains our heroes. Long live our heroes, long live.
Long live.
Long live our heroes, long live.
Long live.
And we say that we will never forget our comrades. We will never allow our children, grandchildren, or our descendants to actually forget the comrades that were murdered. In the spirit of abduction, we always remember our comrade Bob Njagi. Long live Bob Njagi, long live.
Long live.
He was held in the longest time in Communicado. And even when he was ready to speak to the press, the state still intimidated him and is still under constant state surveillance. So it basically means that President William Samoei Ruto's government have refused to listen to the people. Maybe some people are asking that what is wrong with the young people? Long live comrades, long live.
Long live.
Long live cadres, long live.
Long live.
Comrades.
Chair.
Comrades.
Chair.
Comrades.
Chair.
Comrades.
Chair.
Comrades.
Chair.
Where is your loyalty?
To the party.
Where is your loyalty?
To the workers.
Where is your loyalty?
To the masses.
Where is your loyalty?
To the people.
The Communist Party of Kenya stands as the only antithesis of other political parties. The Communist Party of Kenya is the only revolutionary party that represents the working class, the peasants, and the suffering majority. During this trial, the fraud trial of the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, he decided to drag the Communist Party of Kenya at least 8 times in an effort to drag our name in this sinking ship of Kenya Kwanza. We want to make it clear to the Kenyan public that the boat crowd that masquerading as the leaders of the Communist Party of Kenya to prop the Kenya Kwanza administration and to try to save Rigiji through promoting what they call Kikuyu nationalism, led by our former sell out Benedict Washira, we want to condemn them in no uncertain terms. That the Communist Party of Kenya disassociate themselves with these two gangs led by not just Benedict Washira, but his teacher, former MP of Undanyi, Mwandawiro Mganga, who has continued to atomize the party and use it to trade for his own personal gains. Down with opportunism, down.
Down.
Down with opportunism, down.
Down.
Long live the people's struggle, long live.
Long live.
Are you ready for socialism?
Are you ready?
Are you ready for socialism? We are ready.
Mko tayari kwa mapambano?
Tuko tayari. Tuko tayari kwa mapambano. Tuko tayari.
Chama chetu ni CPK.
Chama chetu ni CPK. Chama chetu.
The Communist Party of Kenya will join the celebration of Mashujaa's Day from Kayole, the home ground of Rex Masai, to Uhuru Park, and we will also make sure that our cadres in respective other towns also join to raise the flag of our 78 comrades that were martyred with this illegitimate state. And we continue to remind the Kenyan people that we are on the right side of history. We welcome them as we prepare for the most urgent and important task for next month. The Communist Party of Kenya Second National Congress has been announced officially to make sure that the auctioneers of the party are punished and are punished with the majority of the party. We are going to unveil the new leadership of the Communist Party of Kenya on the 17th and on the 18th to continue steadfastly and overzealously to build, not for just our future, but for several generations to come, a party that can outlive all of us. Long live the CPK, long live.
Long live.
Long live the Communist Party of Kenya, long live.
Long live.
Kazi ngumu tunaifanya
na wananchi wenyewe ya kuijenga CPK na kuieneza nchini.
Kazi ngumu tunaifanya
na wananchi wenyewe ya kuijenga CPK na kuieneza nchini.
Aluta continua.
Aluta continua.
Aluta continua.
Aluta continua.
The Communist Party of Kenya is at the core of the National Coordination Committee of People's Assembly in preparation for the most urgent again task to complete our independence. That we have managed to bring out over now 62 organizations to prepare for an alternative government post-Ruto era. We are welcoming the Kenyan people to support this important project that we are organizing Kenya for nothing but a national democratic revolution to defeat interference from the imperialist powers. Long live anti-imperialist forces, long live.
Long live.
Long live the anti-imperialist forces, long live.
Long live.
That we can confirm, not just through speculation, that the Kenya Kwanza government is actually a puppet of the United States imperialism. Not in theory, but in practice. For that reason, we have our police illegally being in Haiti. We have illegal establishment of foreign military bases in Wajir, in the archipelago in Mada Islands, in Lamu. We have one, the longest one, that is owned by our colonial masters, the British, in Nanyuki. We condemned all imperialist actions that continue to interfere with our important national project, Kenya. Down with imperialism, down.
Down.
Death to imperialism, death.
Death.
Death to the Minister of Affairs, Britain, death.
Death.
Death to Meg Whitman, death.
Death.
Death to Joe Biden, death.
Death.
Death to Donald Trump, death.
Death.
Death to Monsanto, death.
Death.
Death to Adani, death.
Death.
Death to Unilever, death.
Death.
I have a question maybe. We understand when comrades and young Kenyans were murdered during the demonstration in KC and Ruto.
Yafanya nini?
Kindiki anatua.
Kindiki yafanya nini?
Kindiki anatua.
Kindiki yafanya nini?
Kindiki anatua.
Kindiki yafanya nini?
Kindiki anatua.
Professor Kindiki is the enemy of the Kenyan people. We must never accept a deputy president whose hands are full of blood of innocent Kenyan people. We just don't reject the nomination of Professor Kindiki as the deputy-elect. But we also reject the vote crowd in parliament that continue to be used by the Kenya Kwanza regime to actually undermine the Kenyan project. Rex Masai's blood is in the hands of Professor Kindiki. There's over 78 comrades that were martyred are in the hands of Professor Kindiki. This current Kenya Kwanza government is beyond reform. In fact, we cannot negotiate with them. Everything they do, they help us to mobilize the anger of the Kenyan people. The nomination of Professor Kindiki as the deputy president has even brought a new anger in the majority of the Kenyan people. The Communist Party of Kenya will be at the forefront to make sure that this Kindiki project is humiliated and defeated. Down with Kindiki, down.
Down.
Kindiki afanya nini?
Kindiki anatua.
Kindiki afanya nini?
Kindiki anatua.
Kindiki afanya nini?
Kindiki anatua.
Now, what do we expect from you people? Because you have done this pressure, fighting this government, this regime that you don't like. So what next? Because nothing has taken place. Because you remember from the word go, our colleague of Kenyans lost their life, but it's nothing serious that has been taken place. You have not seen the police reacting, the government is doing nothing. So the other time when Bobby was about again to be arrested after maybe Bobby said he wanted to speak to the media. So what next?
Ruto must go. Ruto must go.
Mwizi.
Ruto must go.
Mwizi.
Ruto must go.
Mwizi.
Ruto must go.
Mwizi.
Now, it's important to acknowledge the important task that the party continued to do to reconsolidate the People's Camp. The National Coordination Committee of People's Assembly was birthed in the street to make sure that the demand for an organization that can take political power post-Ruto era can continue to advance intensively, not just to expose the crimes of the Kenya Kwanza government, but also to popularize a program and to mobilize the Kenyan people around a political instrument that will take political power. Organize, organize.
Organize to take power.
Organize, organize.
Organize to take power.
That the Communist Party of Kenya has continued to clarify the popular wisdom in the street. That when the young people went to the street and they are saying that they are partyless, that their demand was that they needed a political party that answers to their needs. That the current political parties, both in opposition led by Raila Odinga and in government led by President William Samoei Ruto, have actually auctioned the future of the young people. That demand is what the Communist Party of Kenya is building, a national popular front under the coordination of the National Coordination Committee of People's Assembly to take government. That is where the Free Kenya movement is, where Bob Njagi is. That is where we sit with Senator Mutata's place here at the National Reconstruction Alliance. That is where the United Green Movement Party is. And that is where the 18 social justice centers are. But the debate at the center of it is that we need to mobilize the Kenyan people and reach out to the products of the Gen Z revolution. The products of Gen Z revolution are those people that emerged as leaders. For example, the gifted Morara Kebaso has continued to bring out the rot in President William Samoei Ruto. And even he has gone further to launch the Inject Party. The Communist Party of Kenya continues to welcome him to join the National Coordination Committee for People's Assembly, so that on the People's Camp, we are united. Every person that is a product of the Gen Z struggle, they have a place at the National Coordination Committee of People's Assembly. So we are building a coalition of progressive and revolutionary political party and organization to take political power. This is what next. We have actually unleashed the most popular charter. It's called the Tunakata, an anti-imperialist and anti-capitalist charter. We are going to continue to popularize this as we continue also to deflate the propaganda of this state that continue to tell us that the young people cannot lead. The Communist Party of Kenya takes pride that we have also even gone further to clarify that this youth uprising must be on the side of the majority of the poor youth, not the rich youth or the youth that has partnered with these criminal gangs to continue to advance their oppressive agenda. We are advancing the agenda of the youth, but mainly the poor, the jobless, and those people who continue to suffer under the yoke of the Kenya Kwanza dictatorship. Organize, organize.
Organize to take power.
Organize, organize.
Organize to take power.
As we celebrate Mashujaa Day tomorrow, what's your message to Kenyans concerning this government?
Long live Dedan Kimathi, long live.
Long live.
Viva Kimathi.
Viva Kimathi.
Viva Kimathi.
Viva Kimathi.
Viva Kimathi,
Viva Kimathi. Oh, viva, viva, viva Kimathi.
We tell Kenyans Kimathi ni shujaa. He is our hero. That the task that Kimathi started to make sure that he mobilized the poor of the poorest, mainly the landless that were dispossessed by the settler colonizers, must continue. That as we remember the Heroes' Day, the land question still remained in the hands of the home guards. Those who continue to rob our land are the same people who robbed our independence. As we go to Mashujaa Day, we continue to remind the Kenyan people that we must never forget the heroes of our revolution. They are the heroes of the pre-independence Kenya that were killed, hanged by the colonial British. Long live our heroes, long live.
Long live.
We tell the Kenyan people that in the same spirit that we fought dictator Moi at that time, where several people were incarcerated and held incommunicado. Some were expelled by this state and, frisked out of their citizenship. We continue to remind the Kenyan people that those people paid an ultimate price. There are several young comrades that martyred in the street in the fight for the Constitution of 2010. When we come to this Shujaa Day, we are going to remember our heroes, not the heroes of the ruling class. We are going to remind the Kenyan people that even some of the people who are lying, their body are still lying in the public land. They are the biggest land grabbers. In fact, we are going to continue to remind them that the enemy of the Kenyan people are actually the political class that continue to deny us our future. This is our strong message to the Kenyan people, to make sure that we carry the Kenyan flag to demonstrate patriotism and also carry the photos of our heroes. From Dedan Kimathi to Rex Masai, and to even some of us that will be martyred by the state from today. We will continue to march on to the victory of the people as we continue to celebrate the true heroes of our independence.
How is your program tomorrow?
Now, for the program tomorrow, we are going to start the offensive with a collaboration with our militant youth group. They are calling themselves Wahenga Youth. They will be in Kayole to make sure that we raise the flag high of the first hero of the GNC revolution that was martyred, that is Rex Masai. Also there we have put up the mural. We have put up the big mural of Rex Masai to celebrate his life and also to honor his family and to share their pain. So that is where the offensive will start. Alongside Rex Masai, we have also erected a big mural for that we will be celebrating tomorrow of our comrade Bob Njagi. Bob Njagi still continue to epitomize the people who served several days in Communicado under the police. Now from there we will come to join other militant organizations that are at Uhuru Park. I know there will be a confrontation because this illegal and illegitimate regime do not want us to celebrate our heroes at Uhuru Park. So again, we will confront the enemies of the people at Uhuru Park tomorrow, and then we will proceed, to give a press statement in the People's Assembly at Jivanji later tomorrow, and to also use that opportunity to deflate the propaganda that will be, at the forefront in the Kenya Kwanza regime. And also reject the politics of tribalism that is being propped now by the ruling class to try and divide the majority of the Kenyan people. Long live the struggle, long live.
Long live.
Long live the struggle, long live.
Long live.
Ipike itupe uwezo,
Tukomboe Kenya na wananchi wote kwa siasa nzuri, kwa siasa nzuri,
songa kwa mapinduzi,
tukomboe Kenya na wananchi wote. CPK itupe uwezo, tukomboe Kenya na wananchi wote.
Clap for yourself, comrade.